Well, thank you, Phil. It's very quiet in the Port Melbourne rooms at the moment. Gary Brice, the coach, has his players has taken them into room. No doubt to congratulate them on their great performance today. I don't think he'll be able to pick any faults with their game. But to have a talk with us now is the assistant coach, Bob Bonnett. Bob, you must be thrilled with the performance.
Yeah, we weren't happy with the last quarter, Ted, unfortunately.
Well, you let Preston get a few goals.
Yeah, well, that's why Gary's got him in the room now. He's not very happy at all.
But he must be completely pleased with them up until then.
Oh, you're up to three-quarter time. I thought their performance was great, but it's a very slack, very lackadaisical attitude in the last 15-20 minutes, and that's what he's very irate about now, and that's why he's got the players in there. They're going to work very hard tomorrow night, so he's not very happy at all.
You would have expected that Preston would have put up a greater show than what they did, Bob.
Yeah, we expected a very hard game. We thought with the players they included, such as Towan and Van, we always had a feeling Van was going to play, but they would be improved side. But Port's a very, very fit side. We've got a lot of runners in the side. We've got a lot of skill in marking. Conditions suited us today. And I thought our runners all day were far too quick for the Preston small players.
Well, you certainly had a lot of good players, Bob, and we had a difficult time trying to pick the best player in the Port Melbourne side. There were so many of them. We had a vote, and believe it or not, there were about 5 players mentioned as the best players. But anyway, on the voting for the Seedle Player of the Day award, which gets the Seedle pack plus the $50 and also the Puma boots, it be decided to award the trophy to Paul Goss, and I know that'll be a great fillip for his father, Norm. Paul, a very pleasing. Paul, if you'd come up, we've just Gary just brought the players out of the rooms, and Paul, Gary, Paul, congratulations, the best man on the ground in our opinion, and that'll be a great fillip for Dad.
Yeah, kick him on a bit, I think.
Yes, very good indeed. Congratulations, Norm, Paul.
Thanks.
And now Gary Brice, the coach, who just brought the players out of the room. What do you have them in the room for, Gary?
I wasn't completely satisfied with their last quarter. I thought that up to then it had been a magnificent effort. We allowed 15 minutes. In the second quarter, we allowed them to get a bit of a run on, and I felt the last 10 minutes of the last quarter was disappointing. We started to make, well, we didn't really do the job we should be doing. But other than that, it was a good victory.
Now you can wait for 2 weeks now and just see who the winner of the next week's preliminary final, Sandringham and Preston. Who would you select?
Well, on today's performance, I'd probably say Sandringham might have a good chance of knocking them off. All I hope is a very hard game for both sides.
All right, and Gary, congratulations, all the best. Phil, it's back to you.
Righto, Ted, and Port Melbourne 22-25 defeated Preston 12-14. 12-14 to 22-25. Well, Bill, that's it. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Phil. Good evening.
All right. And Rob Asprey? Rob Asprey looks well up here in glasses. Long time. Give them back. All right, Rob, we'll see you next week. And Ian, we'll be seeing you next week as well. So that winds it up for today. We hope you've enjoyed the telecast. However, it was a resounding win to Port Melbourne, who now go on to the grand final. So until next week, it's a very good night to you all.
It's Sunday, yes, Sunday.